everybody, Namo here. Saturday morning, a little after 8 o'clock. Dogs woke me up needing to go outside, and it is 45 degrees outside. It's not exactly warm in the house either. I think I've mentioned it before. We have heat tape in the ceiling, so we have radiant heat, all electric. We try to avoid turning it on as much as possible because it takes a lot of electricity, and then our bill goes up. So we try to avoid it, but it is not comfy in the house this morning. Still have the air conditioner in the window, holding that there because, it still gets to like 60, 70, sometimes 80 degrees during the day. Like really cold in the morning, kind of, hot and warm at night. So keeping that in there, but I think it's one of the things that's letting the cold air in. So it might be a pretty chilly day considering the last few weeks have been cold, but nothing's gotten below 50, and it is 45 today. So I definitely need to mow. I will be mowing here after a while. Try to warm myself up and get the yard looking better. I got a few projects I would like to tackle today. We'll see if we actually get to them. But yeah, I could go ahead and list them, but almost every single time I list, like, here's what I want to do today, it always turns out to be, I didn't get to it. So I'm not going to list them, and we're just going to see what we do today. So there's that. So good morning. Just woke up, so I'm extra pretty. And yeah, dogs wanted to come outside, so I gotta get them out here, then go get them fed. And because the sun's up, there's no going back to sleep. I'm not able to do that ever. I can't wake up and then see the sun's up and be able to fall back asleep. There's no way. So I'm up. Surely the kids are going to be getting up soon, and then it's starting in on chores and projects for the day. So we will keep you updated as they come along. A little update on the dogs. As I told you before, we took in my ex-wife's dog. His name was Whiskey. But after mowing the backyard, one of his favorite things to do is to run off and explore the entirety of the backyard. The kids and Tashelle don't really like it. He runs off, and then they gotta go yelling for him, and he doesn't exactly listen. So I didn't exactly like the name Whiskey. And Tashelle doesn't exactly like walking out into our backyard and screaming whiskey as loud as she can. Makes her seem like a crazy person, which I agree, because I didn't like coming out and yelling whiskey either. So we've been just calling him Potato, because when he's not zooming around, he's lazy. And his coloring and his shape, when he lays down, he looks like a potato. So we have renamed him to Russet Potato MacGyver. And that is what he will be, because he is a russet potato. So the other day at Lowe's, I bought this cane bolt, which goes on this side of the trash can gate. And I'll be putting that PVC pipe in the ground here so that the bolt can go down and lock the gate in place. Now I also added this treated 2x6 that I had laying scrap, and this cut piece of the pallet board, so that when this one closes, it'll actually catch and lock behind with a little lip. This is really here just so that I have enough meat to put the screws for the cane bolt in, so I'm not using tiny little screws. So it looks a little odd, but it works. I mean, that's holding a whole lot stronger than it did before I even did any of this. So I can get that cane bolt in and get that PVC dug in. I've got my post hole diggers to do that. I've got the shovel here so that I can start leveling all this out. Because like I said in one of the previous ones, I have this weed fabric here that I'm gonna level all that out with, or level all that dirt out and cover it with that fabric. And then I've got all this bag of stones that I'm gonna put in right here just to make it look a lot nicer. So that's the progress I've done so far. I'll even have it coming back out to here just to envelop this space since it's useless. So that's everything I've done so far. So I've got more work to do, and I will continue to do it. Alright, so as you can see, I've got the piece of PVC in the ground. I've tamped it down with the tamper so it's not going anywhere. I've got the cane bolt put together on the fence. Now I ran into an issue where adding this extra wood and the cane bolt actually made this a whole lot heavier, so it sags. So we had to retamp that post, but now with a little bit of effort it actually fits. This just gotta lift up a little bit and it latches. So now it's solid as a rock. So I also grabbed all these bricks and dug a trench, or an edge, about fell tripping over the rake, all the way up to this walkway. I've kind of smoothed as much of this out as I can. So now I'm about to measure out the fabric and cut it, staple it down. We're going to move the bricks out of the way, put the fabric under the bricks, and tuck it under, and then put the bricks back over so it weighs it down. And then we're going to put the rock and everything inside to just weigh everything down. We've got some staples to put a few staples in the weed fabric around the edges, and then throw all the rock down, get everything back in place. So now we've got the weed fabric down. I've put the stepping stone back for my drain tile, and just kind of put these bigger rocks in and around just to take up some space, because I have 5 bags of these pond cobbles, so not sure they'll fill this space, so that's why I put all that over there, so take up a little bit more room. But yeah, time to throw down some rock now. So those 5 bags didn't go very far, so I had to grab these 2 bags of white marble that I had and try and mix everything in. There's no white marble back there, but it's covered. Now I got to get the hose, spray off all the dust, just see how it looks. We'll probably grab some more bricks just to finish that bit out right there so you can't see the weed fabric. But yeah, I'm gonna get the hose, spray them off, probably put in those bricks and call it good. Alright, so it's all sprayed off. We had to add a few more bricks on that edge just to kind of cover up the weed fabric, but it's all sprayed off. We kind of did our little stompy stomp dance on top of all the rocks to try and settle them in after spraying them in good so that they won't move. That's what the bricks are for, though. They're angled up so that the trash cans can get over the bricks and the rocks should hopefully stay inside. But there it is, all completed. So I'm gonna get everything put in here and clean this up and get a final look at it. So far today, I've weed eated, for the first time in like a month. Honestly, I haven't picked up the weed eater since I knocked all the stuff down in the backyard. I don't even remember how long ago that was, honestly. But also got the enclosure for the trash cans rocked, I mean, as you can see. And even here from a distance, once everything's closed up, everything's put back, you can't really tell that it's a little thin in areas. You can't really tell that it's two rocks kind of mixed together. You know, it looks good. I actually enjoy it. I'm not, you know, fully happy with it. This isn't, you know, the best thing that I wanted to do with it, but it's so much easier to do what you can with the materials you got, and that's all. Been here, was free, didn't cost me a thing except for that you know, carrier bolt or gate bolt, whatever it is. You know, I already had everything else, so I think it's looking pretty good. Since, you know, we picked up Russet and kept him, we've been closing the gates since while we're home. That way we can let him out, let him run. Today, though, when I closed the gate, as I was weed eating, I knocked down all the weeds underneath it and found that there's a spot that he could probably sneak under. We just didn't realize it because the weeds around the fence were so large. So right here at the corner, I knocked down all that grass, and that was a pretty good size opening. There was a large rock right there that was actually here. I picked it up and moved it over and put that piece of railroad tie. I mean, as you can see, he's not a very large dog, but he could definitely fit under that spot. So I put that piece of railroad tie. It's not exactly secure, but I mean, it's not like he's going to move it. He's not exactly smart enough to try, so that should keep him in. But also, since I got all the weed eating done, I got this area knocked down, and you can actually see the concrete stopper for the fence now. I did along the fence line. I didn't do on the other side because I've kind of given up on it this year because of how many times they've come through and mowed it down and nothing's really growing back. But over here, I mean, I've probably never shown video of it, but the grass over here around this magnolia and the banana trees and the andinas were getting huge. So I took the weed eater through that. It's that time of year that the banana trees are going to start dying back. The nandinas are evergreens, so they'll be fine. But I didn't really care if I hit any of them because, I mean, they'll overwinter and be fine. The banana trees will die back. All that will fall to the ground. We'll use that as insulation mulch for the winter. And any little bit of nicks or scratches that I did on the nandinas, they'll come back. They're not going to care. Hopefully they start coming back from the roots within the next year. You can see that one right there, all that yellow right there. That's where I scratched it up a bit, so that one could have some problems. But they're supposed to come back from roots. They're supposed to shoot up from roots like this one right there. But these are so old that I'm just hoping they, you know, actually survive. Because I put all this stuff down here thinking, well, let's put it around the building, because if they die, they die. And if they don't, you know, it'll look pretty cool. And it's gotten bigger than I expected it to be this year. And I think it looks great. So I'm happy with them. I just need to figure out some way to actually get mulch around all this that doesn't wash out. Now this area behind the blue shed, I used to mow. You can kind of tell because you can see where I used to mow up around this way and then came back this way. I gave up on this because it's too much of a slope. We don't use this area, so might as well let, you know, the woods reclaim it. But I do need to start thinking about cutting in a trail here, because once it starts snowing, once you get to this point, that hill down there, this whole hill I can mow all that down, and we've got our sled and hill back. I had this mowed last year because of that trash pile that we had there. So I had to bring the mower up and around to get all this. Because I couldn't get past that trash pile. I could mow down to here, and then I'd have to come back and then come up around this ridge and then back down. So I had all this mowed. The snow came down, and we bought toboggans, and the kids went sledding, and they absolutely loved it. It's a steep hill. It's a fast hill, and you have to turn to go that way, or else you shoot off into the trees. And it's absolutely hilarious when they don't, because they start screaming that, oh no, I forgot to turn, and then they hit a tree, and it's hilarious. With it getting colder, I got to start thinking about cutting this trail in back this way to get to the hill, and then mowing the hill. That way, we can sled if there is snow this year. We had a lot of snowfall last year. We had a big ice storm. We had a lot of snowfall, more than typical. So that kind of suggests to me that it's not going to happen this year. And we're probably not going to get snowfall. We're probably not going to get ice. It's just going to be a cold winter with cold, wet winter, not cold, snowy winter. So I could be wrong, because, weather in Kentucky is unpredictable, but it's usually how it goes. We have one bad winter, and then like 6 mild winters, and then another bad winter. Yeah, it's kind of a pattern that way, but who knows? Global warming and all that, it kind of messes things up. So at this point in time, I'm worn out, even though mowing and weed eating took a lot, and doing that enclosure took a lot. There was a few other things I wanted to do, but right when I got done with that trash can enclosure, I forgot what it all was. So I don't remember what other plans I had. No idea, no clue. So maybe I have to sit down, drink a little bit of water, and just rest a bit. I might remember, and then we'll go from there. If not, I'll probably just get on later and be like, I didn't do anything, but thanks for watching. So, look out for that. That's a possibility. So I haven't done anything. I really haven't done anything. I haven't thought about or remembered the other few projects that I had planned on doing today. I don't remember them at all. So I haven't done anything. Played some Uno with my youngest son, Noah, who was a big help today. I think one of the times I was showing off the trash cans, which I'm standing in front of right now, he was off to the side driving some staples into the weed fabric. Of course, I made sure he was hidden, because I don't like showing my kids' faces, because, they're not 18. So he was hidden, but, he was a massive help today. I prefer to work alone, completely, utterly by myself, do everything myself. Kids are constantly asking me, is there anything I can do to help? And I normally don't have anything for them to do, because I like to do everything myself. So he asked me first thing when I came out to start working after I weed-eated. And I said, not at the moment, but if there is, I will let you know. Which is my way of saying, I will use your help. I will need your help, but I need you available. So he stood behind me and watched me as I started doing everything. Was asking questions like, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? What do we need to do this for? Was asking questions, was sitting there watching me, learning as observing And every time I actually needed a hand with something, can you go get me that tool? Can you hold this for me? Can you do this, do that? He was always right on it. So that's the way I just found a snake hole. So that's the way I like managing people. If you don't know what you're doing, I don't really like to teach you, but you can stand and observe and watch that way. That's kind of why I like doing the vlog, because I don't have to explain much of anything. I can kind of show you what I did, and everything works out. So he was such a big help, and because he actually did how I like them to help me, I told him I'd take him out to lunch tomorrow, and I got a $5 bill in my wallet that I'll hand him. We'll go to like Ollie's and see what he can find for $5, which at Ollie's, is actually a good bit of stuff. So I'm going to take him out as a reward. I told him this isn't an every single time you help me kind of thing. It's I didn't have to explain how I needed your help. You just were there for when I needed your help, and I really appreciated that. Because the other two were like, can I help in any way? Not at the moment, but I'll let you know if I do. And then they went back inside and just never came back out to check. So I don't like going inside and being like, hey, I just walked past the tape measure, but can you go grab the tape measure for me? I'm not going to do that. So he's getting a reward for that. But yeah, that's been it. Worked with my daughter on her Halloween costume. Shell, of course, ironed on the name that goes on, because she's going as Julia Hart, which is one of her favorite wrestlers. She's a cheerleader. She's like 19, fresh out of high school and everything. Was a 2-time national champion in cheerleading, and her ring gear is a cheerleading outfit. So we got Molly a cheerleading outfit, and we had the name Julia vinyl cut, and Tashelle ironed it on. We tried it on. We pieced everything together. So we got all that working. She's ecstatic. She is happy as heck to be going as one of her favorite wrestlers for Halloween. So we got that done. We don't have to worry about it the rest of the week. She was even asking, can I wear it to school on Friday, because we're able to wear our costumes. So it's put together, so she should be able to wear it as long as she doesn't get it dirty. Yeah, I've been standing near this snake hole this whole time. Like, I really want to show you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then that's going to be it for this whole vlog. But yeah, I saw this hole, and I was like, I don't remember puncturing anything to make this hole. No, that's pretty sure that's a snake hole. And if so, that makes me very happy. So when we bought the house, we had a 5-foot black king snake. It's either a black king snake or it was a black rat snake. Either way, they're similar snakes, similar colorings, difference in their stomach. One solid white, one is not solid white, one is solid yellow. The other one is yellow and black, checker patterned. But they eat rattlesnakes, they eat mice, they eat all kinds of pests. They're one of the most beneficial snakes you can have. And I was so happy to have this guy. And he was living under the weeping willow tree down by the driveway until I was mowing one day and didn't see him, and I lost my good snake, and we had a ton of mice in the house over winter. So if that's a beneficial snake, which I hope it is, maybe we won't have so many mice in the house over the winter. But we also got 2 dogs that I don't know if you've been hearing them in the background, are exploring through the backyard again. So I need to get off here, round them up, and head back in, because I still have yet to take a shower, and I need to. So I need to take a shower before we eat dinner so that I can be comfy and happy. So, as always, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram. My handles are at the end of the video in the outro. My links are in the description down below. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. I started putting the vlog out on Wednesdays so that I have more time to edit the D&D videos, which now come out on Fridays. So I'll still be doing Transformers on Mondays, or at least collection stuff. I have a whole set of Power Rangers Zords that are sitting in boxes in storage that I would love to showcase sometime, but I got to open my Mondays up to not so exclusive lines like Transformers. I've got some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles too. I've got random stuff, so I can always do just collections on Monday. So collections on Monday, vlog on Wednesday, D&D on Friday. Kind of hit a mental slump or creative slump with coming up with something to put out on Monday. So I know this comes out after, but thinking about doing like a little once a month series called Let's Talk It Out. We just talk about collectors issues. Like exclusive figures is like the biggest thing that I would love to talk about. I prefer to have a positive channel, like my videos be positive. I've had a few that have been kind of negative, not many, but yeah, if I put out one talking about exclusives, fair warning, it's gonna be negative. So, I mean, not fair warning, if I actually do this, let's talk it out and put it out on Monday, you'll have already seen it, and so there's no warning you. So, yeah. But yeah, that's it. That's all I wanted to get off my head, off my chest, and let you all in on. So there you go. I said I'm going to go take a shower. We're going to go eat. We're having chili because it is soup and chili season now, which is awesome. First time in my life I've ever been happy to have soups and chilies. This is great. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.